I had no opinion on Somalis, okay, until I studied why they're here and what they're doing for society. Then I formed an opinion. You formed an opinion before you actually had any evidence to back it up first. And now you're saying deport all Somalis when you don't have any evidence or reason as to why, just because you don't like them?
I've lived up here. I think that's evidence, you know? I think that's evidence, to be honest with
It's
you.
not good enough. You need to have better
I've been
evidence than just
around them. I
anecdotal
think that's
evidence.
evidence.
Okay, if you commit a crime, do I say that all white people are bad? No. If a Somali person commits a crime, do you say that all Somali people are bad?
No, but if like a substantial amount of them are
So
for
why are you saying deport all
how much they
Somalis?
are of the population, um, this like why are they in Minnesota? Like why are they up here? It's so cold. I mean, like why? It was a safe, nice area. I mean,
Do you
why
know
do they bring
do
it
you
up
know
here?
why they're in Minnesota? Why they're in Salt
I
Lake
don't know
City,
why
Utah?
Minnesota particular.
The reason is
I know
because
Minnesota is a generous welfare state.
the
No, it's not.
federal immigration and naturalization programs with the federal government, they choose specific states to put immigrants in because they have the appropriate social networks to take care of them. This is why Salt Lake City is a massive refugee and immigrant center, is because of the Mormon church and the social structure
And the
that they
Lutheran
have
Social
there.
Services, for example, you know, help the Somalians. That's yeah. So, but
Right.
I'm just
So
like,
that's
why are
why
they
the
here?
federal
Like
government
this,
decided. It's not that the Somali people decided we want to go to the coldest place in North America. It's because the federal government decided you're going to go here because they have
yeah.
the social networks to take
Well,
care of you.
I think in general we should just not brought any of them out
Why does it bother you so much that they're here, though? Why are you so frustrated by the fact that they're in Minnesota?
because Minnesota is such a nice place to live, and North Dakota is so
Let me ask
nice,
you a
and it's
question. Did you
safe,
have
and just like
when you were growing up, did you have a crush on a Somali girl and she turned you down?
no, I only like white girls, but it's a
And you
good
say
one.
you're not a white nationalist. That's crazy. Well, if you said you liked Asian girls, then I might wonder, like, but that's a
No,
sort of
I don't. No, I don't like Asian girls. Really,
that's a
only
shame. You're missing out. But
just
anyways, the
white
point that
girls.
I'm trying to speak on here is that you are so like mentally stuck on like why they're here.
Well, Somalia isn't the biggest hill. That's just what we're talking about. I'd say the biggest issue is like Zionists running our countries,
I would like
multinational
to stay on this
corporations.
topic because I can't have a conversation with you if you're going to ignore evidence because of your
I'm not
feelings.
ignoring.
Yes, you are.
I'm just.
You are literally
I
ignoring
think my
evidence.
evidence. I think my evidence is
I
just
think by
living here
evidence?
and talking to people because I don't think
Don't
GDP
tell
is
me what you
everything.
like feel like. Just tell me what stats you have to actually prove your claim.
Talking to people. You know, talking to people that I know.
Okay, I talk to people.
There's
I
like
can
three
talk to
guys over here. I could ask them right now if they like Somalians, and
cool.
I
Okay, I
bet
have
they would
4
say
guys
no.
over here and they could tell me that Somalis are good for America. What's the difference?
I'm actually living up here and like I'm around them.
I'm in California. This place is more diverse than North Dakota. Or is it South Dakota? I'm sorry. But like the point that
North Dakota.
thank you. Okay, but the point that I'm trying to make here is
It's
that
not
your
economically.
evidence is
We've
anecdotal.
argued that, and maybe if they're economically positive somewhat, they're just like average or slightly below average, like white people that live here. And I don't
So
think
that would
I looked
still
at mine, and
discredit your point that they are a net
they aren't
negative
a
to
net positive.
society. Yes,
They're a
they
net
are.
negative. They're
You
a net
have no
negative.
evidence to make that claim, and you can't just
I
make
have
a claim
economic
without
evidence.
evidence.
We literally looked it up and talked about this about like
How
30
much do they
minutes ago.
contribute to the tax
Yeah,
base?
but even your
500
stat
million.
proves
Out of
that they are
100,000
a
people,
net
how is that a net
positive.
negative?
My
A
stat
hundred
didn't
thousand people contributed $500 million to a state. That
to
is a net
60 was it 67
positive.
billion in total?
That is
Let's
still a net
let me do the math.
positive.
Let me do the math.
That
I'm
is
not
That is
still a
dumb.
still
net
that's
positive. I'd have to look up your stat and Andrew's stat because you
It
have
was
two
just the
different
first
stats here.
AI thing.
But
AI overview in Google.
did you look this up before
however
this
they're
debate?
calculating that,
Wait, Jeff, how long
however
have you
they're calculating, it doesn't matter because it's the economic is still proving that it's a net positive. What you're saying is they are a cultural net negative because they're not white, they're not Christian, and you don't like Somalis. Let's just be
Well, I don't have a problem with
just be honest.
Muslims.
You
I really
don't
don't.
like Somalis.
I don't like Somalians.
If
I'll
they
say
were
that.
Hawaiian, would you have an issue? If they're from Tonga, would you have a different?
Well, you know, maybe. I don't know. My girlfriend's part Hawaiian, so
I thought you only like white women.
well, it's like a very small, like 5%. So
So it's acceptable to have 5% of brown in her.
yeah, I mean it's acceptable, sure.